Michael Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent, teaching instructor with IRS. I wrote a best-selling book on Amazon exposing IRS settlements. I want to tell you today about penalty abatements. I used to abate penalties and interest for IRS. My pen would go ahead and either approve you or disapprove you for a penalty abatement. Penalty abatements are tough. What I've done is I looked through the internet today, I looked in my space, the tax resolution space, and I've seen so many people advertising for penalty abatements. I have no idea why people think they're going to get everyone's penalties and interest abated. Oh my God, I get so many calls by people being ripped off. There's the two big reasons people get ripped off in my space. They can promise an IRS settlement and penalty abatements. You've got to make sure you go to the right persons for both. I wrote a best-selling book for the author, and I used to abate penalties and interest. When you abate penalties and interest for IRS, here's what you need to do. The first thing that you have to do is you have to find what reasonable cause that IRS has is. So you Google IRS reasonable causes. Obviously, I know them. They're in one of the manual sections of Internal Revenue Service. Once you find out the reasonable cause, you lay out a nice letter, you stating why you want this abated. Then next, you take your documentation, you support each one of the statements, and then more than anything, you want to have a timeline that fits. I would get reasonable causes at IRS. The timeline was a year earlier, a half year earlier. It didn't fit the timeline for the reasonable cause. All three of those things must work together. If you got a large case, it's something we'll look at, but I'm telling you and making this video so you don't get ripped off by these third parties telling you. I looked today in my space and I seen all these people trying to abate penalties and interest. God forbid. I can't even imagine how many people are losing their money in this space. I know what the hell I'm doing. Give me a subscription if you would. If you don't want to give me the penalty abatement, I'm just telling you, be really careful, okay? I tell you the truth. Thank you.